This is a Monte Carlo MCY96. These are Italian, and I've never been on a Monte Carlo before, and I'm really, really impressed with this one. This is a 2018. It's had a refit in 21, I think I'm right in saying. And it's quite a spectacular boat. So we're going to take you on board of this. We're going to give you the full tour. And we're going to every area. We're going to crew areas. We're going into the garage, the engine room, and of course all the accommodation and the deck areas of the lot. And we're going to step on here. Now it's worth mentioning it's a 29.5 metre yacht, but it's classified as 24 metres, which is really important in terms of things like crew requirements and other bits and pieces. So that's quite an interesting facet of this yacht. We've got the aft cockpit here, of course, big table, plenty of shade from the overhang. I'm going to take you inside first of all, and then we will work our way around the entire yacht. And it's worth seeing, because it's pretty cool, this one, and it starts right here. Look at this. There's a nice casual vibe to this one. It's light colours, it's big windows, it's plenty of air and ventilation. You've got the big door here, of course, that opens, and this one that slides. But you've also got, you can see up here, opening door here, another one on the other side. So it just feels nice and light and airy. There's a wine cooler tucked in behind here. This is all storage along here, except for the end two, if I remember rightly, which is an ice maker. I don't remember rightly. Okay, hang on. There we go, and a fridge. I knew there was one in there somewhere. There's a TV that rises up from here, so you can have this as a nice entertaining area if you want to. And then the dining areas you can see is up ahead. But this is what I mean about these sliding doors on either side, and also you'll notice that the bulwark is teak faced. That's because that's actually a balcony that will drop down. So when you're not alongside other yachts or out at anchor, you bring those down and you extend the deck out to the sides. There's obviously stanchions and rails that go around those. Just gives a really nice feeling. That's down to the crew areas and up to the bridge. We're going to do all of that, of course, but first of all, I'm going to take you forward. Now we've got a main deck owner's cabin on here. Worth mentioning there's a door here as well, which is quite handy. But yeah, check this out. Again, it's also lovely and light and bright. You see you've got the big windows in here, but also, and we'll see this more when we go on the outside, the bulwarks are cut away with glass panels in. So you get the view and you get the light pouring through there. You can see the same thing over on this side. You can see there, in fact, very easily how the bulwarks are cut away. So you've got that uninterrupted view out across the water. Little dressing area here and a really big walk-in wardrobe here. That's nice, isn't it? AV equipment, of course. Nice little settee, so you can tuck yourself away. And if we come right around this side, we have got the ensuite. Do a little mirror wave. I'm forgetting mirror waves recently, so I'll get in early. Shower is there, and it's a really big rainfall shower. Look at that. That's fantastic. And there's the wand shower there as well. And then behind me is, oh, sorry, madam. I'm only kidding. Toilet and your bidet. There we go. Sometimes people think that's two toilets. That would be a bit too cozy, wouldn't it? There we go. That's a nice cabin, isn't it? Let's press on a bit further. These sections on the floor here are escape sections from downstairs. I'll show you the other side of that. So if we come back here and then down, this will take us down to the lower deck. And what they've done with this, it's a 4-cabin layout down here, so 5 cabins in total. And they've put 2 really good sized VIP cabins back aft. And in fact, it's interesting, the configuration of the drive system on this, I'll show you that when we go in the engine room, has facilitated all this space, because this is a really, really big area for a boat of this size. It's superb. So, well, obviously a bed, but look at these windows, these sort of circular cutout windows. It's very much a Monte Carlo even style thing. Big wardrobes in here, of course. Except that one isn't a wardrobe, it's drawers, but that one's a wardrobe. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. There we go. That little pull tab there is through to that hatch that we saw in the cabin up above. And in fact, one of these panels allows access through from the other side as well. So it gives another route out of the boat, basically, in an emergency, other than the stairway. If that stairway was blocked, you can still get out. Ensuite is here. Ooh, we've got a nasty bit of flickering there, haven't we? Let's try and stand really still. And that'll make no difference at all. Not flickering in real life. Not quite sure what that's doing that here. Oh well. Let's press on. The one next door is identical. There we go. Very nice. And again with those iconic hull windows, again with the storage in here, and again with the ensuite back here. There we go. So, shower down this end. Again, it's a full rainfall shower. And the loo. And the twin sinks. Or twin taps at least. There we go. Again, little dressing table, again, AV equipment. You can probably work all that out for yourself, can't you? What else have we got? Bits of storage about the place, so housekeeping. And down here as well. Very good. And then two more cabins here. So this one is two singles, but you can turn this into a double if you want to, and the other one has been turned into a double, so I will show you that and it will make it clear how that works. Love these portholes in here. Proper job, aren't they? Look at that. Keep closed at sea, that's good advice. Hanging locker just in behind the door. Fussily. And the ensuite there. A little bit smaller in these cabins because these are slightly smaller cabins. And if you think about it, it's because there's a passageway down through here, whereas those, of course, don't need a passageway between them. That's why they get that extra bit of space. And then up here is another one made it into a double. So you can actually see here how this was the two singles like we had before, but that's how that converts. The other one, of course, does exactly the same. But the other thing we've got in this cabin is a Pullman. That's that one up there. That will come down, and that will give you another sleeping area. So you've got 8 down here, 9 with that, and then, of course, the owner's cabin on the main deck, so that's 11. Storage down here, hanging locker again, AV equipment again. Shower. Oh, it's flickering badly, isn't it? Let's come back out. Not odd. I don't know why it does that. And yes, and everyone's going to say, well, change your frame rate. Tried that. Doesn't change anything. There we go. There we go. I think some lights are just a bit susceptible to it. Okay, these access traps in the floor are all for engineering areas. I have no idea what's under this one, but we'll have a little look. There we go. So we've got valves there, for example, on the plumbing systems. There we go. It's the usual trick of getting them up and not getting them back down again. Perfect. I think that's the lower deck covered fairly well. There's Sonos sound system in here, and there's iPad control for the AV equipment as well, which is nice. There we go. I think that's the lower deck fairly well covered. Let's go on round, and I'll take you and show you the crew areas, and then we'll head up to the bridge and then out to the decks, and then that's that door. I think I ported that one out already, didn't I? And then, yeah, engine space. Looks like a train of thought there, wasn't I? Okay, so if we go forward here, another side access door. The other thing that we have here, these are steps up to the bridge. We'll go and look at that shortly, but also day heads on the main deck, very helpful. And nicely discreetly tucked away there as well, which is good. Look at the size of these hull windows. Not hull windows. They're just windows, aren't they? We're not in hull anymore. There we go. I think there's crew in here, so we'll be fairly swift through here. Good morning. So down here, laundry facilities. This is all fridges, freezers, that kind of stuff along here. Dishwasher in there. And if we come on round, That's the rest of the galley over on that side. There we go. Let's head on forward a little bit further. Mess area is down here as well, but we're not going to focus on that. We're going to keep moving. So down here we've got 3 cabins for the crew. So there is the captain's cabin here with the ensuite at the back. These are all in use at the minute, so we're not again going to linger. And then up here, hopefully, yeah, we're golden. I was told I could film at some, but the door was open earlier, that's why I was a bit nervous. So basically we've got a bunk cabin there with storage and that kind of stuff. The one opposite is identical, but I think is in use. And then if we go up these steps here, well, first of all, there's an emergency exit straight out to the deck. So you've got another route out again. And then right up here, shower on this side. And the heads is over here. There should be a light for that somewhere. There we go. Thusly. It's quite nice, isn't it? It's nicely finished, that. This whole area actually is nicely finished. That's excellent. Let's turn that light back off again. Okay, let's press on back. This time we'll go round and up. I'll show you the bridge and I will show you out onto the deck areas. Thank you very much. So that's back out into the main saloon area. That's a big space, isn't it? But we'll go this way now. Up to the bridge. There we go. So this, of course, is where we command the yacht from, with, in fact, a very commanding view as well, which is nice. We've got bonning screens across here, so this is everything from ship systems to navigation, all that kind of stuff is displayed on there. And then across here, bow and stern thruster controls, the engine controls, of course, communication, all the usual stuff, and the ship's wheel is just here. And the helm seat is quite clever because you can have this to lean against, or you can drop it down and make it into a seat. There we go. And then a lot of the ship systems are back here as well. Like so. There we are. And from here, now, we can go on up again, and this will take us up to the flybridge. Now, this is a very standout feature on this yacht because it's absolutely vast. Look at the size of this. That's fantastic. Now, there's a lot of different zones here. First thing we've got is this galley area. So we've got the tapanaki here, for example, that's down underneath here. Also things like ice maker, storage in here as well. That one's a fridge. And there's a sink there, of course, as well. And then helm is over on this side. But what's interesting is they've put another position here for engines and thrusters, so when you're manoeuvring, this creates effectively a wing station. You can see when you're dropping into a place like this how useful that is. But the main helm is over here, or the main flybridge helm at least, obviously. And again, oh, someone's cranking up the music over there. Well done, sir, thank you very much. Obviously repeaters for your navigation and your ship systems and your engine instrumentation, and clearly your throttles and your steering and so forth. That's all there, but a great view out of here. The other thing that you've got here is this massive opening sliding roof section. So you can have this open as you want, or if you want, not as you want. And I'll do that out later. Of course, you can push a button and that whole thing slides across. So if you want total shade, then you've got that as well. And if we come back a bit further, this is a massive lounge area. Look at the size of this. This is great. Really, really good size. These little round fellows are speakers. It's all part of the audio system. And again, you can have this open with the sun shining through, or you can close that off, as we mentioned. If we come back again, the hot tub. That's a nice size. Look at that. And we'll come back again, and we've got dining. There we go. Life rafts are back here as well. And extra seats that you can obviously move into here, should you wish. But yeah, that there, that's huge, isn't it? Look at that. Bimini over here, you can remove that if you wish to, because the actual solid section is up here, so that's extending that. And I should be able to just show you above. There we go. You've got all your radar and sat domes and antennas and lights and all of that, camera system, everything right up there, out of the way on the top. Another life raft over here. In fact, there's two life rafts here. Brilliant. Okay, that is, I think you'll agree, quite a spectacular area, but we'll carry on. That one there is just all storage. There's nothing, no fridges or anything in that one. It's just like that. Glasses or whatever else you want to keep in there. If we come around here now, this will take us back to the cockpit where we came on, and we'll take a wander around the side decks. And up to the front. Little sink in there. Very handy when you've been handling all the ropes to be able to just wash your hands immediately. Got winches on here as well, again very useful for stern tube berthing, as we're doing right now. Okay, let's head up this way. Nice wide, deeply bulwark decks as you come up through here. There's a side door, so if you're alongside a dock you can step straight in and out this way, and that's the drop balcony, or one of the drop balconies at least, that we mentioned when we came on first of all. There we go, that's back through to the saloon and dining area. Other sliding door over on that side. And we'll carry on forward. That's the side door that's just behind the owner's cabin. And this is what I mean about these sections that are dropped. We saw that when we were inside, didn't we? But you see what I mean? Because these are really high here. These are, as I stand next to them, they're not far off shoulder height actually. They're certainly elbow height, above elbow height. So it feels very secure as you walk around here. And then this is another really great zone on the boat. Look at this. Sunbathing up here, but then a really nice seating area right up on the bow. This is brilliant, of course, when you are stern tube berthed, and you know, you don't spend an awful lot of time stern tube berthed. The idea is that you get out and you go out and find a nice anchorage somewhere, but when you are, this gives you a very private zone right up at the front and a great view out across the water. We've got the bimini on here, as I'm sure you've seen already, and then right up to the front for your cleats and your fair leads and all that sort of stuff. Just there. Let's come right on up. There we go. These sections here are drop sections, so they will actually retract flush down into here. Obviously when the boat's underway, just a bit better view then from the bridge, although it is quite a bit higher, so it would look over those anyway. Brilliant. That is, I think I'm right in saying, the access from the crew cabin. Remember we saw right at the very front where the toilet and shower was, that there was a way up and out. That's where you would emerge from there. Let's head on down this side now. Back past the owner's cabin, that's here. That's that side door again. Another big drop balcony. Another door here built into the coaming, so you've got a way out again onto the dock if you need it, if you're alongside. And then finally this will take us down to the engine space. First thing we find is the electrical area. This is a power converter. So wherever you are in the world, you can convert the power that's coming on from the dock to the correct voltage and the correct phasing for the yacht. And then circuit breakers, switches, all that kind of stuff is all down here. Thusly. And then through this door we've got the engine space. Now there is a garage on this one as well, which I'm going to show you. And what they've done with this, in order to create those huge cabin areas, is put the engines right to the back of the boat. So they're down underneath here and they're running through V-drives. And this is how this works. So basically, as I say, we're right at the back here, the transom is just back there, and the engines, or the shafts I should say, the shafts come up through here, and rather than having the engines in front of them as is conventional, which of course would then be encroaching in the cabin space, what they've done is they've put these V-drives in. We can see them down here. In fact, There we go, there's the shaft coming up, and then you can see it goes through there, and there's a shaft running back there, and that connects to these monster MTU engines. Look at these bad boys. Now these are a pair of MTU V16 M86 engines. They are 2,200 horsepower each, and they're kicking this boat up to 24 knots, which is pretty impressive. But what's really impressive is the range, because this boat was fitted with extra fuel capacity. It holds 18,000 litres of fuel, and that gives it a 1,800 nautical mile range, which is really, really impressive for a boat of this type. It's one of the highest ranges I've seen for a proper planing boat. To be able to get that kind of distance at low speed is immense. If you come right around here, you can see generator over here. Huge exhaust system as well, look at that. These big silencers. And this is the tender garage, which we'll look at in a minute. So that comes in over the engine. So they've kind of doubled up the space in here. We've got engines and we've got the garage. Which again, it's just creating more space for accommodation further forward. And that ladder there takes you straight up onto the deck. Again, it's another route out in an emergency. And then we can come around here. This is interesting. I mentioned all that fuel. Well, this is a fuel polishing system. This cleans the fuel, so you can run the fuel into this. It's a centrifuge, spins the fuel at very high speed, pulls all the crap out of it, and gives you pure fuel into your tanks. Another generator over here. Another monster engine. Look at that. It's incredible, isn't it? Brilliant. Okay, let's reverse out of here. The last thing to talk about is the garage. So come back through this door, we'll come back out here. That little chap up there is a water maker, so you can create your own fresh water. And this will take us back on up and out and back. Okay, let's have a back and look at the garage. So if we come back down here, there we go. Sorry. No problem, thank you. Thank you. And then finally down here, we have the lift platform and we have the garage. And there we go. Now it's being used for storage at the minute. There's not a tender in here, but that will take a 4.45 metre tender. So you get a really decent sized tender in there. That's a great size. Very, very helpful facility, that. And as I say, this big bathing platform here as well. That's fantastic. That's been absolutely fascinating. And that, my friends, is about the size of that. Massive thanks to Ocean Independence. They've organised this tour. Massive thanks, of course, to you guys for watching it. But let me know what you think of that one, and we'll catch you on one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.